Hello everyone. Please could members and officers in physical attendance with an electronic device mute it to avoid feedback. Please could any remote participant keep their cameras and microphones off unless they wish to speak. The meeting may be recorded and the data collected during the recording of the meeting will be retained in accordance with the Council's data retention policy. The recording of the meeting may be added to the Council website. Members accessing the meeting remotely should use their Swale Borough Council or Kent County Council laptops to participate virtually. If you join using a link on the website or on a mobile and a tablet device, it may not always possible to identify you and you may not be recorded as being in remote attendance. I welcome everyone to the Licensing Subcommittee. There are no scheduled tests for fire alarms during this event. If the alarms does sound, please leave the building quickly without collecting any of your possessions. Using the doors signed as fire escapes and the assembly point in the car park at the front of the building. Await instructions from the fire marshal before returning to the building. Should anyone require assistance in evacuating the building, please make please make the volunteer staff in the front of the office aware of the special needs to substitute. An agreement may be made in the event of emergency. Apologies for absence. Are there any apologies?
Thank you. There are no apologies for absence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, and we ought to wait until Councillor Clark comes.
Well, I'm only doing the introduction.
Back in, okay.
Okay. I've got a bit where they've got to introduce themselves. We ain't going to be here, are we?
No, what I'll do is just perhaps adjourn for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Should we adjourn now for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Because then if they do get here, we're doing
Yeah.
elections.
We're going to adjourn for 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for waiting for us. Hopefully our man will be all right. I did start before you came in because of the people online, but I'm just going to go through a little bit of the evacuation procedure. Okay? There is no scheduled test of the fire alarm during this event. If the alarm does sound, please leave the building quickly without collecting any of your possessions, using the doors signed as fire escapes and using the doors as a fire escape and assemble in the car park in the front of the building. Await instructions from the fire marshal before returning to the building. Should anyone require assistance in evacuating the building, please make the volunteer staff in front of the office aware of any special needs so that suitable arrangements may be made in the event of an emergency. So that's done. That's a fire escape that goes straight outside. There's one further down. If the alarm does go off, you don't use the lifts, or the one lift we've got working. So, are there any declarations of interest? None? None? Right, can I confirm that all parties are aware of the subcommittee's hearing procedure and that each party has had a copy of the hearing procedure document? The subcommittee will allow all parties to put their case fully and make full submissions. The subcommittee procedure shall take the form of a discussion led by the subcommittee. Where any person attending the hearing behaves in a disruptive manner, the subcommittee may direct that person to leave the hearing, even if it's only temporary. All subcommittee members have pre-read all the papers and any other documents contained in the report regarding the hearing. Please could the licence officer introduce the report?
Good morning, all. The licensing section has received an application for a new premises licence for Hours Cafe Limited on 30th of April 2025. The application form is at Appendix 1, which is page 11 of the report. Application is for a cafe. Applicant has applied for the following: to allow for the sale of alcohol to between the hours of 11 and 2000 Tuesday to Sunday for consumption on the premises. Regulated entertainment Sunday to Wednesday 9 till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Thursday to Saturday 9 till 2000. The opening hours are from 9 to 2000 Tuesday to Sunday. The applicant has requested for the sale of alcohol to be on sales only. However, as the premises has a pavement license in place, the sale of alcohol should include both on and off sales to enable the consumption by the customers sat outside the premises in the licensed area of the pavement license. The applicant has also mentioned on the application form that the recorded music will be in the background. Therefore, accordingly, the application will be for to allow the sale of alcohol between the hours of 11 to 2000 Tuesday to Sunday for consumption on and off the premises, and then the opening hours will be from 9 o'clock to 8 p.m. Tuesday to Sunday. The new premises license application has been correctly advertised, and the blue poster notice has been displayed for the whole of the consultation period. The applicant has also agreed 2 conditions with the police, which is at page 33 of the report. There is a provision of CCTV and licensing training to be provided to all persons that sell alcohol to customers. The licensing section has received 1 valid representation against the application and 42 representations in support of the application, which is at page 37 of the report. The person who made the rep have confirmed in writing that they can't attend today's meeting. We have, however, 4 members of the public present today who are in support of the application. Members are requested to consider the new premises license application for Hours Cafe Limited on its merits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's one thing I've got to do. I forgot to introduce all ourselves because it's gone a bit funny. Anyway, I'm Councillor Derek Carnell, Chair of the subcommittee.
I'm Councillor Simon Clark, member of the subcommittee.
And I'm Councillor Winklis, a member of the subcommittee.
Helen Ward, legal advisor.
Mohammed Balak, licensing officer. Thank you.
Kelly Mackenzie, Democratic Services.
Thank you very much. There we are.
Chair, do you want to ask the applicant and the objectors, the supporters to introduce
Sorry. Could I ask you to introduce yourself?
Uwe Herzstein, partner at Hours Cafe.
Thank you.
Antonella Waddington, local resident in Hampshire. I'm Alison Howland, in support of Cafe. Joanna English, in support of Cafe. Esmond, in support of Cafe.
Could I ask the applicant to put forward his case, please? Thank you.
Hours Cafe opened on the 18th of April, and we currently have opening hours from 9 till 3 and would like to extend those with the application of an alcohol license on the premises and off the premises from 11 till 2000. Alcohol sales are very limited as we are a small cafe with only 14 seats inside, and as the pavement license allowing us 2 tables outside. In the evenings there will be 2 tables outside with 3 chairs each, and we will be working or looking forward to working with local businesses only, like Brenly Wines, which is only 1 vineyard, so we would like to supply 1 white, 1 rosé, 1 red and a sparkling, and a local craft brewery, which most likely, if the application is successful, will be Dockers in Folkestone. So it's all local produce, and again very limited because we do not have huge amount of space to stock loads of alcohol, but it literally is just if somebody would like to come in, enjoy a glass of wine and a cheese board and a charcuterie board, that we would have that possibility until 8 o'clock in the evening.
Are there any questions? Councillor Winklis.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions. Can you just clarify the amount of people at one time would be on the premises, either inside or outside the premises, if we agree this today?
So inside the cafe, currently we've got 14 seats,
14.
and there's no room for any more.
Right.
And outside, we currently have 2 tables on the pavement, which currently have 2 chairs at each table, so that's an extra 4 seats. And on certain days, we are allowed 3 tables on the street when the market isn't on, which have currently 2 seats each as well, so that would be an additional 6.
Thank you for that.
But they are only allowed until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the other question is, you said about the background music, the music will be in the background.
Yeah.
So by saying that, would that be background music from inside the premises, or?
Yes, we've only got a very small sound bar that's just sort of playing ambient music to create an atmosphere.
Okay, so there wouldn't be any sort of great noise volume
No, not at
coming
all.
from the outside. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Chair.
Councillor Clark.
I've just got one question. I'm looking through your agreement with the police. I'd just like to drill down a little bit more on the first line there, that all the staff who sell alcohol or supply alcohol to customers will have licensing training. How do you propose to carry out that training, and how many staff do you propose to train?
Currently, it's the 3 partners in the business who are working on the premises. Emily Bourne is the current license holder, and we are all trained. I've been in the industry since 1984. We will do our utmost to prevent any sales to under 25s. We will have proper measures in place to sell the alcohol, and will be properly trained in order to keep anything that needs to be done to do it correctly in place.
So yeah, just to clarify then, so when your premises is open, there should always be someone on the premises who's a personal licence holder.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I've got no questions.
Thank you. Can you just clarify the numbers? You've said that there's 2 tables outside and sometimes 3 on market days. The plan supplied with the application is showing 5 tables outside and 5 tables inside. Is that...
Yes,
Can you
we
explain the
do have a
discrepancy there?
licence in regards to the 2 tables on the pavement. That licence is approved until 8 o'clock in the evening from 4 o'clock, and then there's an additional 3 tables we are allowed on the road until 4 o'clock, and there's 5 tables inside.
Thank you very much. That's helpful. In terms of consumption of alcohol off the premises, so initially you applied for on sales only, but then that's been amended to allow for consumption in the external areas. Would there be any intention for people to be able to take away alcohol in a sort of more traditional off-licence sense, so to come and buy alcohol and take it away, or will it be restricted to consumption in the external area? Thank you.
It will be completely restricted to the consumption in the cafe or in the summer at the 2 tables that are available outside.
Hello, if you could you speak first? You press the where the little face and there's a bit of a tilt.
Oh, well, I'm a local resident. I have a property just 300 metres away from Hours Cafe. And, you know, Faversham is changing drastically, but for the better. I think there are so many options now for people to have time to spend in the high street at a point in time when most high streets are actually dying because the shops are shutting down, everything is moving out of town. And since Hours opened up, there has been a very healthy influx of movement in the high street, and really well received by the whole community, I've got to say. It just seems to create such pleasant vibe, almost creates a bit of a Mediterranean and a European setting for Faversham High Street. So I just don't understand why an objection would be made against Hours having an alcohol license. The whole of Europe pretty much manages to have a glass of wine with something to eat without creating any trouble for the nearby neighbours. Therefore, I'm in total support of what they're doing. And yeah, I just cannot quite conceive the reason to object to it.
I'll shout. Okay. I'm Alison Howland, as I said earlier on, and I'm in total support of Hours Cafe in Faversham. Basically, recently I lost my husband. We've been together for many, many years, and I found it quite difficult initially to go out by myself. But I was encouraged to go out, and I went to Hours at Faversham. I can only say the support and the professionalism that they showed me was beyond all measure, absolutely caring. And the way they treated me was basically they walked up and they introduced themselves, they spoke, which I think is a very good attitude for hospitality. They get to know their customers, they get to know their community, which I think is very important. And with regards to a licensing aspect, they will get to know their customers and their locals and their regulars. So from the point of licensing, I think that's quite a good attitude to have in hospitality. Also, I would like to say that the way they have produced Hours Faversham Cafe is an absolute credit to them, and I think a credit beyond all measure to Faversham as a community as a whole. I can't speak their praises with Millie, Uva and Miranda enough, I was a police officer for 32 years, and I have full faith in them to do the right thing. And having seen communities collapse and go beyond repair, shall we say, I think what they are doing is bringing a community together. If you can understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Could you just switch your... Thank you.
Hello, Jo Beamish. I'm a local resident in Faversham and I'm in support of Ours Cafe. I'm basically going to second everything that Antonella and Alison have said. My take on it is that I think, second to what they've said, that they have created this incredible community in a high street that, having lived in Faversham for only 4 years, I've seen it already decline in terms of people out on the streets talking to each other. It's a market town, but we haven't seen what you would imagine a market town to be. And ever since they've opened, people are out there. There's a community spirit. They're chatting to the local market stall holders. The market stall holders are coming in. They've just created an incredible community of people. They are respectful, respectable people who I can't see there being any problem in terms of overt noise or anything that you wouldn't want in that situation, because they're professional people and they are just lovely, and they have, like Alison said, in terms of getting to know people, ever since I've known them in the previous place they worked and now, I have made so many friends. They are friends of mine, and I just can't see this being anything but a fantastic addition to Faversham.
Are there any questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Would you just like to summarise your case again before we go out and make our decision?
Yeah, just to summarise, we would absolutely appreciate a licence being approved in order to continue creating a hub for the community, as we have done and as you just have heard from our supporters here. We are a very small place that could be, or is already, a great addition to Faversham, and by approving a licence, that could only just be extended, and we will have more time to entertain people, getting people together, put on certain events which we have ideas, such as a book club and people meeting, coming in mother and baby groups, and there's so many things the community is appreciating, and I don't know if this is the place to say something, but please stop me if that is wrong. In the gentleman's complaint that has been made public, we are more than happy, which I totally appreciate, and we are talking to the residents and our neighbours to make sure that we do everything respectfully, and there have been certain things within the complaint that we are more than happy to discuss further and talk about and provide CCTV camera. Like one of the things was that some of our visitors have their children urinating in the street. We've got a Swell Council camera right outside the property, and we've got CCTV inside, and if we look back on it, we don't have any proof of that, and if that has been the case, we would obviously like to do our utmost in order for things like this not to happen.
Does the legal advisor got any more questions?
Nothing further than that.
Okay, everyone, thank you. We'll just go out and adjourn and make our decision. We'll come back to you as soon as we're done. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Our legal advisor will now read out our decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. The Licensing Subcommittee have decided to grant the application with the hours as applied for but amended so that it is the sale of alcohol on and off the premises from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and opening from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday to Sunday. The conditions which will apply to the licence are going to be those that were agreed with the police regarding CCTV and training, and also that a Challenge 25 policy will be in place. And you will get a written determination which will include the reasons for why they came to this decision, and also any information on how a party can appeal the decision. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
I now close the meeting at 10:48. Thank you, everyone, for attending.